So, dealing with trauma is it comes in all sorts of different shapes and sizes. It's easier for some people, not so easy for other people, and what some people may consider, traumatic, others don't. I know one of my other talks, I was talking about how I was in like a traumatic kind of like relationship and experienced some, trauma with that, and how I overcame it and stuff like that. But unfortunately, um, last week while I was at work, I experienced. I don't want to reveal too many details just because it's an investigation, but I was the only eyewitness to, um, we'll say a shooting that happened about 10 feet in front of me. So I want to not give too many details, but talk about what I saw because I want to try to, you know, um, we'll break it down. So I was just out at work doing the work stuff, and I saw somebody get shot 3 times, like not point blank range, but very, very close proximity to the point to where I questioned as to why they were shot instead of using another method. Um, but yeah, so saw that. I didn't even bat an eye or blink as to what happened because I was in disbelief that it happened. Not shocked, but I was like, "There's no way that that just happened." Because I was like, "There's so many other alternatives and possibilities as to, another outcome to resolve this situation." I think I'm gonna set up camp around here. I want to try to be productive now. I've done nothing. I want to try to be productive in this video. So I'm like, okay, cop showed up, is on the news, all that good stuff. I was advised not to give any details to the media or the news and stuff, just protect myself and, because it happened at work, so protect, the company I work for. Um, but since then, I've had a hard time sleeping, hard time concentrating, focusing, and I've already talked about how I feel about, how I feel when I'm at work and stuff. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it. That's not what this is about. So already being kind of upset and having feelings at work and then having something traumatic happen on top of that, it's it's been a lot of emotions to handle. And I felt like because like I work 10, 11 hours a day, I have to kind of put on a face and just seem like everything's okay. And I know just dealing with past traumatic stuff, it prolongs it and makes it, harder to deal with and kind of creates more problems. So I'm like, that's making it a lot harder. I'm like, I feel like I never really got to process my emotions until kind of last night when I like was just talking about it with like my family and stuff. And I talked to my supervisor because of course his first concern was, "Are you okay? You saw that? What happened? All that stuff." So I appreciate it. It was there, but I just haven't really gotten a chance to process it. And everybody processes traumatic events and emotions in different ways and stuff. So I'm trying to get through that because I've never seen something like this happen. Like it's so crazy to think about berries, what actually happened, you know. And I talk to people and explain it to them, and they're like, "I don't know how I'd feel either. It is just a whirlwind. Um, but yeah, so just trying to figure things out. So yesterday I had a talk with HR, called me, asked how I was doing, and gave me explained that I've been having some difficulties. Um, tends to not make me emotional, but just it's a lot of emotions that make me just like feel something, all at once. So it's a little overwhelming. Talked to her. She gave me some resources to reach out, talk to some like counseling and therapy through the company that they'll provide and stuff. Um, and I've been a little nervous to reach out because I've never done something like that, and I know it'd probably be good for me. But I also was reluctant to do it yesterday because I was like the only one at work pretty much yesterday, and she's like, "You can take the rest of the day and go," and I'm like, "Kind of can't because there's nobody to hold down the fort, as much as I'd like to." Um, and I'm learning very quickly that that has to start happening very soon. So Heck yeah, I got off super early today. Today was my half day of work, which was awesome. And it's a beautiful day, so I'm excited to spend some time outside, do some fun stuff, get my mind off of this. But as I was saying, I never really got to start processing everything until last night. So I woke up this morning just feeling like it just happened, still all the same emotions and stuff. So it's a lot. This looks nice. But yeah, so what got me through my last traumatic experiences? Hard to say because I buried it for so long. Just being me, figuring out who I wanted to be really helped. Having my friends there and stuff, and just doing stuff that I enjoyed. Teaching was one of them, and I just at the time I was in high school, just having the most fun every day at school. I enjoyed high school. But now it's like, okay, I'm trying to deal with some trauma and I'm miserable all day. I don't enjoy like this part of my life right now. So it's just hard. It just makes it harder. And just feeling a lot of ways. So it's not easy to talk about, but there are definitely helping people out there if you're struggling with some trauma and stuff. And like at first I was ashamed. I was like, man, it sucks having to say like, yeah, I've been in a traumatic experience. I had something not so good happen to me back then. And even now, it's like there's no shame. And there's people that, if you've been through something, there are people out there that can't imagine what you've been through. So it's just carry yourself on through the day and you'll get through it. It gets better. It takes time. I know that. I'm being patient with it. But, just kind of being through something you've never been through before and trying to figure out how to feel with it, it's tough. I definitely have some not trust issues after what I saw just that happened last week, just recently. But definitely just a different perspective on how I feel about certain topics and things, now. Like, and not just, and that's just going to come natural with it, kind of. Like, I hate the thought of like guns right now or watching a show, a movie, or anything with that kind of stuff in it. It makes me like feel like sick thinking about it. The news is saying that the guy that I saw get shot is in critical condition in the hospital. He still is. From my perspective, he got shot 3 times. I saw it all. I'd say one in like above the chest. Like I want to say his neck, but with the amount of blood, it was just kind of hard to pinpoint where. And then 2 more in the lower body. I want to say his legs, because they cut off his clothing and his shoes. So maybe somewhere in there. But yeah. So I'm convinced they did CPR on him, brought him to the hospital and stuff, rushed him. All that, saw it all. It happened. It happened so fast. I was very impressed with how responsive all the teams were. Uh, but I mean, I guess they were just doing their job. But yeah, so I'm convinced I saw him die, which sucks. I don't think he deserved it, regardless of what happened and what was going on. Um, but when you have the media saying like, "No, he's still alive. He's in critical condition. He's being well taken care of at the hospital," and it's like not a lie, but it's like mistrusting. Not to say that maybe he is alive and he's doing all right, but like still seeing that, like, it's tough. So this one, I'm not trying to give people advice. I'm in no way to give advice or talk about maybe some experiences and how make them a little bit better, because I'm not feeling lost. I'm feeling just like I'm just feeling everything right now, you know. Um, so definitely excited that I have the day to not only feel but get my mind off. Like I worked 6 days last week. I worked 6 days the week before. I'm working 6 days this week. I haven't given myself a lot of time to feel. I chose to work 6 days last week because I thought maybe working would help keep my mind off of it, and it definitely did help. But I was kind of doing something work related, but not work related, so it was kind of like a nice break. Um, but yeah, so just definitely just not something I would ever want someone to go through. So I'm gonna do my best to take care of me today. Um, and the point of this is just to kind of get it out. Like I said, I kind of didn't feel like I started feeling anything until last night, and now I want to take the rest of the day to kind of feel and start to process everything. Got a call from the police department again today asking me some more questions and talking about it at work. It's like not everybody was like joking about it, but like playing it low key. We all a couple people saw, and everybody saw. I was the only one outside, up close, 10 feet away, seeing everything. So I don't want to say I had it the worst because everybody, like I said, people from inside might have seen it and they might be feeling the same way I do. Everybody handles it differently. But I think I got kind of the worst side of it. Um, and I keep losing my train of thought since this has happened. I know that's kind of a tendency. Memory loss, unable to concentrate, lose focus, you know, um, difficulty sleeping, difficulty eating. I got all that stuff going on. So I'm just trying to take care of me right now. And yeah, so the police department called me and talking about it, explaining what happened to like friends, family, and stuff. Letting them know like, hey, it's all good. I saw what I saw, but kind of get that like, that anxious kind of feeling. So I've been trying not to talk about it, and then like the police called me today and asking me some more follow up questions and stuff like that, and caught me off guard. So I wasn't prepared to. I'm at work. It's like, hey, you got a second to talk about what happened? I'm like, I don't know if I have a choice, but yeah, and talk to him, and it's kind of like sitting in the back of my mind. I'm like, like that's I'm not feeling that great now, so just dealing with it. It's okay. I'm gonna get the help I need. Aw, bummer. There's water right here. But yeah, so um I don't want to bury it. I don't want to say that it was nothing. It's not a big deal. But just try to I want to resolve it. I want to take care of me. I'm definitely focusing on that now because whereas high school me didn't focus on me, didn't not care. I kind of didn't care what happened to me. Um but I gotta take care of me now. I'm older. I'm more mature. I gotta do what I gotta do. So I don't want this to go on too long, but I do think it was kind of helpful for me just to get some more feelings out, start to process more. So uh, not everybody gets to experience something that's traumatic in their life. Um, I don't want to downplay it or make it sound like silly or a joke, but if it was easy, then it wouldn't be called traumatic. Not everybody gets to experience these feelings, but some people get more traumatic experiences than others, and it lives with them the rest of their life, and it's something they'll never forget. It's unfortunate, but I always like to think that everything happens for a reason, and I think that I might come out of this feeling stronger, better. I'll be able to be a better me because of this, and that's the goal. I think everything happens for a reason, and what you make of it is the reason that it happens. So I'm going to try my best. I might get the help, and I encourage, if you are too, to reach out. I doubt anybody's even seeing these, but if you are, I'm here for you 100%. So thank you for listening, and I'll catch you later.